Amnesty International Nigeria says a total of 1,336 persons, including women and children, across Mangu, Bokkos and Barkin Ladi local government areas of Plateau State were killed by suspected bandits between December 2023 and February this year. The rights group made this known at the end of its findings and research after the deadly Christmas Eve attacks in the affected communities. TVC News senior reporter Funom Joshua reports on the development.
The 2023 Christmas Eve invasion that claimed the lives of many residents across communities in Mangu, Bokkos and Barkin Ladi local government areas of Plateau State has continued to generate reactions and concern. Amnesty International Nigeria is the latest in the fray to show concern about the situation in the aftermath of the deadly attacks. The group says weeks after the deadly Christmas Eve invasions in the three council areas, they launched research on some of the affected villages, and these are their findings.
Our investigation revealed that the gunmen were on rampage, killing people and destroying people, everything they come across, for 48 hours between 24th to 25th of December 2023. The number of women killed in Mangu local government is 384, and the number of children killed is 187. The total number of people displaced is 7,679. The women that were displaced out of this. So you can, if you are paying attention, you realize one thing. Children, women. Children, women.
The Nigerian authorities must ensure that suspected perpetrators of these attacks are brought to justice through fair trial.
The Amnesty International is calling on the government and all relevant authorities to intensify more proactive measures to put an end to these recurring attacks and killings across crisis communities in Plateau State. From Joshua, TVC News, Jos.
Let's talk about the latest Amnesty International report on the killings in Plateau last year. I'm joined by the country director, Issa Sanusi. Mr. Sanusi, thank you for joining us on TVC News at 7. You have put the death between December last year and February this year to over 1,300 with over 29,000 displaced. What did your findings discover to have been the major factors that allowed this killing spree to go on for that long?
Well, our investigation shows that one of the reasons why these killings have been going on and on for years, over 2 decades, is because the Nigerian government has failed to carry out a thorough investigation and find out the causes and deal with them, and find out the culprits, deal with them, find out the perpetrators, deal with them, and make sure that there is justice for the victims and the survivors. So these are the things that we discovered.
To the over 29,000 displaced between December and February?
Well, we found most of them in a very terrible condition, in their need of food, in their need of medicine, and children without school. And we believe that, whenever you have this kind of humanitarian crisis, there should be an effective measure to make sure that these people are catered for, because they have a unique need. When someone has lost his family or someone has lost his home, he has a very unique needs, and those needs has to be attended to, because he could not go and do any business. And for the meantime, while they are staying in those camps, they need food, they need shelter, and they need efforts that will help them to recover and go back to life. And that is what is absent right now.
We've seen major attempts on the part of the state government to explore non-kinetic efforts, especially bringing the warring communities together and reaching out to their leadership. That hasn't worked, right? Well,
I don't have much details about the efforts of the Plateau State government, but we believe that no government would like to see its people being killed, and we believe that the government has good intentions always when they brought about these measures. We believe that the efforts to make sure that these things are dealt with in a soft manner, through dialogue, through reconciliation, is very important. And we believe that, if the Plateau State government is doing that, I think it should do it more, and it should expand it to cover all areas of transitional justice, whereby victims will be taken care of and their demand for better life or moving back to life and justice, which is the most important thing, it must be given to them. Because we always tend to believe that when people get houses or when people get food, the crisis is over. The crisis is not over until justice is done. And we don't have a framework for transitional justice in Nigeria. It's not about Plateau State, it's all over Nigeria, and we have to start taking this matter very seriously.
Justice, you say, is a critical factor for sustaining peace on the plateau. Issa Sanusi, Country Director, Amnesty International Nigeria. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you for having me.